Hello, everybody. Come on in, join us, únete, join us. We're going to have a chat today with a really nice guy, un tío muy majo, a really nice guy that I met online in internet, just like you, many of you. I met you guys on Twitter, on Instagram, or on the internet somehow. So we're going to have a nice chat today with Fran, and I'm going to get to know him, and you guys are going to get to know him. So today maybe we'll focus a little bit on how we break the ice, cómo rompemos el hielo en inglés. Lo decimos igual, to break the ice, to strike up a conversation. I think you say in Spanish, entablar una conversación. So my wife is with us. Wow, hi, hon. How's it going? Guapo. No. Guapa tú. And there's Fran. Hey, Fran. I was just talking about you. I'm really excited to get to know you. Remember, to get to know somebody es llegar a conocerles o conocerles más en profundidad. And by the way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you. I hope you guys were very nice this year and that you weren't too naughty. You can be a little bit naughty. I hope you weren't too naughty and that you got all the gifts you wanted. And if not, if Santa Claus didn't bring them to you, don't worry, because maybe the wise men will, los Reyes Magos. All right, well, let's connect with Fran over here, go live on board, and we're going to ask him questions. In fact, I'm going to ask you guys as we get to know Fran. Hey,
Hey, Alberto, how are you doing?
Okay, can't complain. Looking forward to chatting with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Merry Christmas. And yes, thank you and nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I was just telling the students to warm them up a little bit that I thought, since we really don't know each other very well, we met on the internet, we could use it as an opportunity to learn questions to break the ice, and also get some questions from the listeners. So we all get to know you, the listeners, the viewers, whoever's tuned in.
Absolutely. Yes, to break the ice. And that's what I do and what they need to do is just take down new expressions, and that's the way to go. And yes, actually, we didn't know each other, but I've been following you for a while, and I love your content and everything you've been doing, and it's really impressive.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And all the books and all the people, relevant people you've been teaching, and all your work at Fran and everything. So congratulations. Yes.
I believe my philosophy, and I think it's similar to yours, is you have to work hard, but you have to have fun. You have to enjoy the process. If not, it's like working out. You're like, oh, I'm bored.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna turn off,
Yes, and it's going to come across to your audience because that passion, if you love what you're doing, it is contagious, and that is key to learning.
Yeah, I tell the students too, from even when I was teaching at corporations, I said, if I'm having fun, really, not faking it, if I'm really having fun, they're going to have fun with me. And if we learn, well, great.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Fran, let's get to know you a little bit because, as I said, I discovered your page. I know you have a brother as well, which we'll talk about your brother.
Yes.
Because I think it's great. I'm a very family-oriented man. So when I see two brothers working together, having fun together, teaching together, I think that's a beautiful thing. So let's start from the beginning. Fran, where were you born? Tell us a little bit about your beginnings.
Yes, I was born in Huesca. I'm from Huesca, it's a town north of Spain, just an hour away from France. Mm-hmm. And yes, actually, I was born in Huesca, but we lived in a small town, like 5 kilometers away from Huesca. It's only 100 people there living there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went to school there, so that little town called Cuarte, which is again 5 kilometers away from Huesca. Then went to school and to Huesca too. Went to college there, and that's pretty much all. I always did French at school, and I was not really good at it. Mm-hmm. Actually, I was failing year after year, and but then I went to France for a year.
Mm-hmm.
and I discovered that just doing differently from what I was doing at school, it paid off. And so I became fluent in French, and then I decided to do the same in English.
Wow.
And so I had a job opportunity for the U.S. to get a job there.
Wow.
There's a really interesting program. What it's called visiting teachers, programa de profesores visitantes. It sounds funny, but it is an agreement between the American government and the Spanish one. And then so every year there are some 500 teachers that can get a job in the U.S.
Right,
And
I've
so
heard of it. It rings a bell. Me suena muchísimo. Yeah.
it rings a bell. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and so I got a job when I was 25 to teach bilingual Spanish, which is well, I thought I was going to be supposed to be teaching Spanish for at a high school or something, but not. I was a mainstream teacher at 5th grade.
Wow.
In a school in Chicago. And so basically I got that job and I learned pretty much all my English there. But I learned the hard way because by the time I got there to my job in the US, I had only studied English for 3-4 months.
Right.
Basically,
So you were getting by on as little English as possible.
Absolutely, because keep in mind I had been doing just French all my life, but I found out that a way of learning it. So I had 4 months to prepare my job interview and go to the U.S. So I don't know how I got it, but I got it just by practicing and being determined. And yes, so I got that job and I worked there for some 3 years. And I was again teaching 5th grade, and I learned so much, because especially from the kids, because every time I was saying, I don't know, second instead of second, they will laugh. Or if I said, I don't know, put it on instead of put it on, or if I said cut it out instead of cut it out.
The kids were your harshest judges, really. They were
but they were just real, They were like, whoa, what is that? Nature, teacher, what is that? Nature, repeat nature. And I said, okay, just repeat that. And so
you're like, wait a second, who's the teacher here?
And so I learned so much there. It was a tough learning process, but it really paid off for 3 years.
Right.
Then,
to pay off, that frutos, great word there, to pay off, right?
Yeah.
Well, Fran, what I'm curious about, this is fascinating. I have so many questions, but one of my biggest questions is, what did you notice, what was working and what didn't work? Because you said at first that you couldn't learn French. It wasn't getting into your head. It wasn't coming out of your mouth. But something clicked when you went to France. What did you notice they were doing wrong, and what did you correct?
Well, basically it was pure practice, and then teaching myself how to think in French and try to put sentences together, and pure imitation. So I realized that the better I replicated the way they pronounced, because French accent is really different from Spanish. It's not like Italian. And so the better I pronounced, the better I understood.
Sure.
And so I made pronunciation and imitation a priority. And then always focusing on that. And I always had whoever I was talking to, I would tell them to correct me. I said, can you please just correct that, tell me how would you say it, etc. And that's the system I pretty much developed for myself, and that's what I've been doing to replicate that into English, basically.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds so natural, because, I mean, how does a kid, my daughter, how does she learn English? She's not saying, esto es el presente perfecto continuo.
No, absolutely.
She's saying, I need, she's learning structures, but not even written structures, estructuras escritas, sino, como yo las llamo, rafaguillas. Like, have you ever been to? Are you
exactly.
What you wanna, these rafaguillas son como las, ¿no? Cosas que se repiten 1000 veces, ¿no?
Absolutely. It's just learning, just teaching your head, your mind, how to think in full sentences and not only single words. And that always, and that's implicating to pronunciation, linking all the words the proper intonation. So the more natural you replicate that, the easier it's going to get to you. It's going to be for you to understand and to put the words together, and just and there's an American saying which says, "Fake it until you make it," and that's basically what it is. Fake it until you make it. Maybe when you're a kid, it's more of a natural way, but the whole process takes you a few years. Sure. And then when you're an adult, you have to push it a little bit.
Right.
But if you're aware of that, it really pays. Again, it pays off. It is so useful. Just like you said, Rafa.
What you're doing is literally just ingesting, ingesting it and trying to replicate it as closely as possible.
Exactly. The more similar it is, the more natural it's going to be for you to pick it up and for you to make yourself understood.
Well, it's like when I learned Spanish, I took Spanish in high school. They taught me adios, y pronunciado así, adios, ¿no?
Yeah.
Entonces, I was like, okay, bien. Y vine a España, I came to Spain, y nadie me dice adios. Ni me dicen hasta luego, me dicen hasta luego.
Absolutely.
Like, esa no me la enseñaron.
Yeah. And if you teach yourself and you teach your students to sound like that, you're going to wow everybody. Because it is so unusual, so uncommon to hear a foreigner use a natural language that it opens doors right and left.
And what do you recommend?
More.
What kind of things? Because not everybody obviously can have an amazing experience and go live in Chicago. But now the world is more connected than ever. What can people do from their homes now to expose themselves to English?
Well, there's a whole lot of things you can do. You can watch, but basically your mindset needs to be, I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, is try to do whatever you do in your leisure time, just try to do it in English. Exactly. You look up information, look it up in English. You watch a movie, obviously watch it in English. Use subtitles if you will, if you want. And always, to me, and to even today, I still do it. I have my phone next to me and always take down new expressions. Like every week, I'm taking down new things. So whatever you do, it can be watch movies, it can be
podcasts,
what series, podcast, your content, our content, whatever it is. But always have something handy and take it down. And even if you don't go over it, but just the fact of taking it down and reflecting on it is gonna, at least make you recognize those expressions, those rafarillas that you said. And eventually you'll get to use them because the first thing is to recognize those expressions, and then little by little you start watching them. It's like the sexto sentido, efecto del sexto sentido, no? You say, esta expresión dónde estaba? Where was that?
Yeah.
I even remember back when I was in the U.S. and this friend of mine, he was really good at English learning. He was a Spanish teacher. I'm an English teacher from Spain too. And he said, "Hey, Fran, have you noticed they say, 'How come?' Those kids come up to you and they go, 'How come?' I say, 'How come? What is that?' And then I took it down. And then after that, I was seeing 'how come' everywhere. Sometimes they just go, a lot of expressions, they just go under the radar until somebody brings them up or you pick them up.
So again, once you hear it or you write it down, now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I heard it in the series.
Yeah.
I read it in an article and it's everywhere.
Yeah. and you go, where were you? That expression, where was that before? Right. And so that's what I recommend. Just try to do whatever you do in your leisure time. Read books. Absolutely. Even if your favorite author is Spanish, chances are if he's a famous one, it's going to be translated into English.
Sure.
Just go ahead and Arturo Pérez Reverte, buy it in English. Or Carlos Ruiz Zafón, just La Sombra del Viento. I remember buying it in English. But,
right.
Yeah, and that's what's going to set you apart from it. It's going to make you progress big time. Whatever you do, try to do it in English. And then it'll get you a lot of motivation. And next time you see somebody who can to practice in real life, you're going to go ahead and do it because of that motivation and that preparation that you're... Because the thing is, learning English is like learning an instrument. It's not just sacar el título. It's not getting your
Yeah,
so
cuando
much.
la gente me dice, tengo la B2, digo, ¿eso es una vitamina?
Yeah,
Háblame en inglés, speak to me in English, y ya te digo qué
exactly.
nivel.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
saying, no digo que no cuentan. I'm not saying titles are not important, but
oh
what's
no, no,
really
no, it is.
important?
Yeah, yeah, it is important, but you need to get your diploma when you get your level, not the other way around, which is the way we tend to do here in Spain. You know, it's like
Right.
you get the título and then you think you know English, and that's it's just a long run, you know.
Right. You
full-time
might,
job.
and you might know, I noticed many of my students when I first started teaching, they were more familiar with the English grammar than I was, because I studied it when I was a little kid, but it wasn't a native speaker's never thinking, estoy hablando en pluscuamperfecto. Hombre, como profesores sí, porque estamos enfermos.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. There's too much analysis on grammar and stuff, and of course there needs to be experts focus on that, but not, you know, in real life, even in your own language, you're not aware of those
even
rules.
like this is the even you know, native speakers in Spanish and English. In Madrid we have the laísmos.
Yeah.
In the United States decimos, pero 300 millones de personas dicen, if I was you. Eso es incorrecto.
Oh, even there's 3 people, and it sounds natural, even though it should be there 3 people, you know. And a lot of people, they will come up to you and go, hey, Alberto or Fran, and why is this? Why is that? And, you know, I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is. And no, most likely nobody knows about that, not even in your own language. But people just want to know why. Why is that? Why is this? But why?
Well, we want a reason. We want a reason for everything, like science or math.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but language is poetic. Language is, you know, when my students say, pero Alberto, ¿por qué decís no empleáis el cero estar con estar de acuerdo en inglés? I agree. Digo, oh, you want to know why? I said, because John Pensington Williams III in the year 1825 decided, they go, I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows about that. And just people just get more reassured knowing the causes, but you know.
Right.
So
you're saying really, I mean, immerse yourself in English, surround yourself in English. Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's never been easier, because our parents, they couldn't just connect on YouTube or watch us on Instagram. I mean, they had to go to another country, which is,
absolutely.
There's no substitute for that. You know it, because the whole experience.
But absolutely.
We can get close to that experience without leaving our homes.
Absolutely, yes. Now is, if you want to do it, you can do it. Just it's just willpower. Mm-hmm. I guess everything pretty much, and then you have a doubt, you can check it out. You have lots of websites, like Word Reference, for example. It tells
so many resources
and everything. Yes, so it's the best moment right now. Absolutely, just you need to want to do it and think about it in the long run. That's it.
Right.
And but if you like something, there's no reason to make it short. Like if you like my brother says that, if you love playing guitar, why wouldn't you want to learn guitar only by playing 5 minutes a day?
Right.
If you like movies, why would you want to, watch a movie only for 5 minutes a day?
Or I want to learn the guitar. I'm going to take a 6-month course and I'm done.
Yeah, and forget about it. You get it makes no sense. So the thing is, we need to change that mindset.
Think
so
of
if
the
you
long
love
run,
something,
a largo plazo.
No? Absolutely, in the long run. But especially if English, if it goes hand by hand with Spanish, it is so powerful.
Oh, I mean, God.
It can be powerful for somebody who lives in Lithuania. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But if you speak Spanish, man, if all the Hispanic community gets to speak bilingual English, now, I mean, we're going to be the most powerful community. Not even Chinese.
I tell my Spanish students, I was like, ya lo tienes medio hecho.
Yeah.
You speak Spanish, the other most spoken language.
Absolutely, yes. And then, so like with my brother, we constantly create like catchphrases. One of them is save the English language. And in Spanish is salva, bueno, ya sabes lo que es, ¿no? Pero salvemos el inglés. in la comunidad hispana, and then we try to make our students aware that that if we learn the Hispanic community, the 600 million people speak bilingual English, like real fluent bilingual English Spanish, that's going to make us the most powerful. And Absolutely. So that gives them a second purpose, which is not only learning English but also a contribution to the community
and opening up the world.
Really absolutely,
the world to you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
I've gotten so many opportunities, Fran. I'm sure yourself as well. Yeah. In Spain, in the United States, not because I'm handsome, because that's not the case. It's because of my language. I'm not an expert. I don't speak French. I'm not a polyglot. I speak 2 languages, but they're the most important ones.
Yeah, and really focusing on speaking both of them correctly, and that opens doors. You know, like I went to college. When I went to college, I did Humanidades, which it has nothing to do with languages. And but then I learned English properly, and I'm making a living out of it.
Sure.
And you're making a living out of it.
Well, so I studied acting. Yo estudié interpretación. And ¿qué aprendes? Fonética y cómo juntar. You're like, wait a second.
Yeah. It's nothing to
La
do with
imitación, as you said, the imitation of imitating someone, you know?
Absolutely. Yes, it is related, but it's a different branch. But again, it's what it opens doors in our case, and we're proof is if you master those 2 languages, man, it's your future is bright.
Como decimos, no, the world is at your fingertips. Tienes el mundo a tu alcance, en la punta de los dedos.
That's a good one. I'll take it down.
Right. The world is at your fingertips. I know it. As I said, I've seen it. Now, if you learn Mandarin Chinese too, you're like Voltron.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's incredible though how languages, you know, they don't focus. You know, they tell you engineering degree, and that's great. But I felt like at least when I was a kid, they didn't tell me. I was lucky; my parents knew.
Power.
But they didn't tell me the power. I didn't realize until I traveled. People said, "Whoa, you speak perfect English." Oh, whoa. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I guess yes. I guess nobody was aware, and a lot of the people are not today. How powerful it is learning how to speak good English, especially if you master Spanish, if your home language is Spanish, because they're so radically different that it's surprising. It's just to find somebody who's really fluent and you have a natural conversation. So to me, there's no better way to add value to your personal brand, so to speak, that speaking good English. If you're from Spain, because we have such a bad, we have such a bad reputation that it just takes you a couple of sentences, couple of rafajillas, as you said, to add value to yourself. Well, you might be talking to you might be talking to a top engineer in the world, to a mathematician, whatever it is, and there's no way you can tell if they're really good or not. But you from Spain, you say a couple of sentences properly, and man, you're gonna again impress everybody. So it's the risk reward is on our side.
Sure. And you know what? Some people are saying, I want to master English. I want to be fluent. Your goal should be to just every day keep, exposing yourself to it. Because you want me to be honest with you? I haven't mastered English. I'm an English teacher. Yeah. I'm an English speaker since birth. I still am like, dudo. I'm like, espera, is it this or is it?
Yeah, but even in your home language, it happens.
You learn new words every day.
Yeah. Yeah, like recently I realized aparte can be separado and together, or sí, sometimes it goes with acento, something. So it's you don't realize, but it is a constant learning in your home language.
In your own language, exactly.
Yeah, let alone in English. It's just but again, if it is so rewarding, and if you, that's what I do. At least always take down. I have a file in my phone, and it's on my computer, and I use it for you teaching and etc. So
And
yeah,
it's rewarding when the next time you're at the bar or the hotel or the airport and you're able to have a conversation and understand and be understood. It's very rewarding.
absolutely. Yeah, that's it. And it is rewarding, and that gives you a lot of motivation, and just you want to keep doing it again because it's rewarding.
Sure,
Absolutely.
sure.
And that's one we need to, get across to our students. That it's fun, and if it's fun and it gives you motivation, it's automatically you're gonna be more receptive to learning, even more intelligent, so to speak.
Sure, sure.
Linguistic.
Well,
Yeah.
they've already proved that people who speak different languages are thinking on different planes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, they're not just thinking as singular, they're thinking, pero esto es hielo, pero también es ice, también
Yeah.
es Lutzen, or look at, and it's like the Matrix.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Yeah, it makes your head physically work more, and it's like
Sure.
gymnastics for your head.
Absolutely.
I'm convinced of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And tell me, I'm interested too in how you and your brother kind of, because I know you developed something together. How did that tell me about? I mean, tell us who's the older brother. I want to know about your relationship with your brother a little bit.
Yeah, we're 7 years apart. And then there's also a sister, which is in the middle.
Oh.
Yes, and she's not in the business, but our business as well. This is the kind of the logo.
Cool.
Is You Talk, and then we created it 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And we started by opening a school here in Wisconsin, and we grew really fast. And the beginning it was just he and I teaching, and we had a couple of 100 students, 200 students. Then second year we reached 600 students. We hired teachers, etc.
Wow.
And yes, and back in the day, we were working with the Baoan material.
Oh, cool.
Yes, because I met Richard back in 2006. That was when I was teaching because when I got back from the U.S. Here to Spain in 2004, I worked for 4 years at college at University of Zaragoza. Okay. And I was teaching like conversational English and stuff. So I reached out to Richard just to ask them about something related to the materials, and he came to give a talk to my students in 2006. Wow. Yes. So I was really familiar with the material. In the first couple of years in our schools here in Wisconsin, we were using that material.
Sure. Well, it works. I mean, I've been working for Vaughn Radio for 15 years. And as I always tell my students, I said, I'm here still, not because I make a lot of money, not because I'm here because I love what I do. I think it works. Why?
It does.
Because I think the Vaughn method, el método Vaughan, is really like, it's the way a baby learns. It's the way you learn. So it's not putting the grammar first.
Yeah.
It's putting the sound, then the speaking, then the grammar. Later, you can put it into its place.
And it focuses so much on sentences like we do. It's like just to make you think, and those full sentences that'll make you fluent, etc. So yes, we worked for a couple of years with that material. We worked a lot, and we grew a lot here in Huesca. Then we opened a school in Zaragoza. And we also try to franchise the business and stuff, but for some reason we got stuck. We didn't grow that much outside of our town. And yes, but then we decided to, try many things. We did movies here, and we did agreements here with a movie theater. We did talks in several places and cafeterias and stuff. Many things. One of the things we did to push our business was to create a YouTube channel. That was back in 2016, something like that. And then it just popped and it grew exponentially.
Great.
And then we changed all our business. We switched it to the online business. And then little by little, we've been closing our schools. and now we're just focusing on that. We have a YouTube channel, which is we just passed 900,000 subscribers.
Give us the name. Tienes que decir nombres para que te sigan si no te siguen ya.
Yeah, it's not, that's not the purpose, but anyways, YouTalk TV, that's the YouTube channel. Yes. And so yes, we grew that a lot, and we created an online course which is called YouTalk TV Plus. So that the channel is YouTalk TV, then the online course is YouTalk TV Plus, and there we have now close to 9,000 students. So
wow,
yeah. Great. And basically what we do in that course is all the classes that we've been teaching in our schools in real life, just recorded them, and then
adapting to the medium.
Exactly. So just taking packaging the classes that we've been teaching into an online course. And but it's been thanks to teaching so much live classes, because between Carlos and I, my brother and I, we've been teaching more than 20,000 hours.
Okay, great.
Yes, in between, all our trajectory. And then so that it was really simple to record a full course, and then that's what we do now. And so now it's only my brother and I, and a virtual assistant that we have, and all the team with online marketing and SEO and all the stuff.
It's great, man, because it's what I'm seeing is. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was saying, but all the teachings things it's just done by my brother and I. Also, all the 9,000 students are taught by us. Yes.
It's got your signature, and it's you guys. Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
What I noticed, Fran, is that you're proactive, not just with your business, but with your English learning, with life in general. Is what I'm getting. I could be totally wrong.
No.
You're a proactive guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're not afraid to try things, and you're not afraid to fail, and you're not afraid to change things and adapt. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we just met. I think that's part of the secret to your success.
Oh, that's it. It's just trying to do as much as you can, but always do it at 100%. If you're not gonna do it to the top, you better not try it. But again, always try, not being afraid to try things, because it is very difficult to succeed at first. Just one try. But if you try many things and you do your best and everything, the chances are you're gonna be successful. And always be observant. It's just pay attention to everything and be fast. That's the key to it. Right. If you're not observing and if you're not trying, it is difficult to make it.
And ready to adapt. It reminds me of Blockbuster Video. They said, no.
Yeah.
DVDs. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's it. You need to pay attention to what it is that is happening around you.
What the students need. Because in the end, what is the goal of the teacher? To meet the students' needs.
Exactly.
And those change depending on the society, depending on the pandemic changed a lot of things.
Exactly. But today it's just a matter of doing it, and but you have to go fast. You have to act fast.
Sure. Because
otherwise it can be too late. But nowadays everything is so simple, because everything is at hand, and it's just a matter of again, pay attention and
hard work.
Yeah, hard work, absolutely.
A lot of times we leave that out. Lo omitimos a veces porque no es tan romántico el hard work, pero same thing.
Always hard work, and do your best, and chances are you're gonna make it in whatever you do, but especially in English learning, because there's so much need and there's so much to do still, that I feel I would do it even if I won the lottery, which I don't play, no juego lotería, vaya. Even if I won the lottery and I didn't need the money at all, I would still do it, because I feel I'm doing a good deed, for our community.
And I always say too, a good teacher is a good learner. A good teacher is somebody who loves to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I have one of our mottos, which says, si no recuerdas cómo has aprendido algo, no lo puedes enseñar. So if you don't remember how to learn something, how are you going to teach it?
Right. Sure.
Or you can teach something if you don't remember how you learned it.
Right.
So natural teachers are those who basically remember how they learned something, or they're really reflective on how they learned something. And that simplifies things. And actually, a good teacher needs to be just make things simple. Keep it simple. It's just not about complicated things, which is so typical in our system. This because of that. No, come on, just keep it simple.
Right.
And that's our job, just to simplify our own process to our students.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah, it's true. A teacher has to take, a history book like this, read it, and then tell the students a story.
Yeah.
I believe part of my job as a teacher, as a podcaster, as a radio presenter, is I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
But I have to learn the stories to tell them.
Yeah, absolutely. Make it simple and fun, and that's it. Half the battle, as you said,
Half the battle. Lo tienes medio hecho. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Showing
up is half the battle, right?
And Fran, let me ask you this. Do you have a couple favorite expressions in English, ones that porque como eres muy de te acuerdas de dónde lo has aprendido, do you have any favorite expressions that you want to share with us?
No, off the top of my head, I have so many. But this one, I love it. Is by I don't know if you watch this movie, Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I recommend, and they repeat constantly that sentences, which is, if you can take it, you can make it.
There you go.
Remember
if you can take it, you can make it. Yeah.
If you can take it, you can make it. It's something
si
like,
sobrevivirás,
or
¿no?
el que la sigue la consigue, no? Which is
claro, en español, sí, correcto.
Yeah, so it's just, if you can take it, you can make it. So if you want to succeed, you need to work hard, take it seriously, and then just keep it going in the long run. If you can take it, you can make it. And I like that one because also, as far as pronunciation, we would say in Spanish, if you can take it, you can make it. So it has a lot of short I sound.
Right.
And in our method, we focus on making those short I's like an E. So in the pronunciation side, it also has some good things. So instead of saying if you can take it, you can make it. So if you can take it, you can make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sí, porque no suena el it como it. Suena
absolutely.
It.
Yeah. And if you pay close attention, that last T is almost doesn't sound. If you can take it, you can make it.
My daughter's 2 years old. Jamás ha pronunciado la G del gerundio. Jamás. Nunca ha dicho cooking.
Yeah.
Nunca ha dicho, porque oye a su papi decir, I'm cooking, I'm making, I'm taking. Y ella jamás lo ha pronunciado la G. Jamás.
Yeah, because she's replicating what you're doing. You say taken, feeling, more than a
Where you
feeling.
Going? What are you doing?
when you listen to this song by Boston, more than a feeling, clearly it's an A.
No, porque la G hay que hacer esfuerzo, feeling.
Yeah.
Hay que cambiar todo.
Yeah, if you don't see it, just, and again the big problem that we have with the written language, Yes.
De ahí viene el going to. Es incómodo decir I'm going to, porque la G tienes que como volver. So I'm going.
Yeah.
Y el to es to. El to no decimos I talked to her. To her. No es to.
No.
I talked to her last week. So, una cosa es como está escrito y otra cosa es como se pronuncia.
Yeah, it's like a different world. And actually, I think like written English, it was just created so the Hispanic community will learn English ever.
Right.
Because that's a huge problem. It's nothing to do. Yeah.
Right. No, pero eso es lo que digo. Yo me acuerdo, I had one time I was teaching Spanish. You know, there were these two girls, British girls, y tenían cero patatero. Su nivel, so I was like, esto es un boli, esto está, right? And I taught them to read Spanish, leer en español, in 2 minutes. I said, cada vez que ves esto, suena así. Y cada vez que ves lo otro, suena así. Y no hay excepciones. Y les di el periódico. I gave them a newspaper, said, read that for me. el presidente se fue al... I was like, perfecto.
Sí.
Ok, otra cosa es comprensión.
Sí, 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 no, pero indudablemente que el español está hecho para que la gente aprenda bien español.
Patata.
El inglés escrito está para que no aprendamos y es una confusión y eso es lo que está haciendo ganar y ha hecho ganar miles de millones a la industria. El
Sí, sí.
focalizar
El
el aprendizaje
pifostio,
en el
¿no?
escrito, porque es que es un mundo diferente y lo único que haces es a tu alumno enseñar dos idiomas diferentes y una cabeza con dos idiomas diferentes, aunque seas el más inteligente del mundo, no funciona. Si tú estás esperando, I'm going to talk to him. Y la realidad es, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to talk to him has nothing to do with I'm going to talk to him. So, la cabeza de ese estudiante tiene que lidiar con el idioma que le ha enseñado, I'm going to talk to him, y el real, I'm going to talk to him. Pero es más fácil casi aprender I'm going to talk to him que
Y
I'm
luego hay
going to talk
reglas,
to
como
him.
acabas de decir, el him y el her, nos comemos la H, al menos en
Yeah,
Estados Unidos. I'm going to
skipping
talk
the
to her.
H. Yeah, I'm going to talk to him, going to talk to him, I'm going to talk to her. And
No yo no digo la H.
no, es que cuesta más.
Claro. Ahora, en un
y,
examen de Cambridge serían, no has pronunciado la H.
Sí, whatever, what's Harry Potter. Sí, es curioso cómo penalizan lo que... Y así, por eso se sigue habiendo tanta demanda de aprendizaje de inglés, porque son cosas que no se enseñan y son esenciales, sobre todo porque cuanto mejor pronuncias, mejor. Otro de nuestros lemas es suena bien, comprende mejor. Sound good, understand better.
Ya, ahí está, ya.
Yes, if you teach your students how to pronounce naturally right from the start, they're gonna get to understand much better. Not only are they going to sound outstandingly, but they're gonna, understand just in first try.
I had a very famous student. I won't say any names to protect a very famous.
Man, you have so many famous students. Why don't you give us some of them?
Oh, well, let's put it this way. This guy had 0 level of English. 0, okay? And in the first class, I was like, no se dice it is, it is, or it's. Y el tío me dijo, he said, it feels weird, me suena raro. Digo, eso es porque lo estás pronunciando bien.
Sí,
si te suena familiar, estás pronunciando a la española.
Claro, es así.
La lengua hace otras cosas.
Es así, pero pásalo cuando llevas un tiempo entrenando tu cerebro y tu boca y todo a hacerlo bien, al final te cuesta hacerlo mal. Pasa como que tú también tocas instrumentos, ¿no? Al final, cuando estás tocando la batería bien o la guitarra bien o lo que sea, te costaría hacerlo mal. Pero eso se trata de hacerlo siempre de manera excelente. Y con el inglés es lo mismo. Y si tú a un niño, a un principiante, como tú dices, le enseñas bien desde abajo, yo qué sé, eres what it is. Te cuesta lo mismo decir eres what it is que it is what it is. Pero es que incluso te cuesta más decir it is what it is que eres
hay más esfuerzo.
Yes, pero luego cuando escuchas decir al nativo eres what it is, then you pick it up right away. Lo pillas al momento. Entonces tiene ese doble impacto el trabajar la pronunciación y la fluidez imitando al inglés real y no tanto al académico, porque tu cerebro va a consumir muchos menos recursos cuando estés enfrentándolo al mismo idioma y no a dos distintos.
Claro.
Sí,
empiezan a como fundirse un poco en un cerebro. Sí, correcto. Y con el francés, hablando de la lengua, I mean, ya no, eso ya es otro planeta, ¿no?
Sí. La pronunciación del francés también, sí, es muy distinta, ¿no? Es como, a lo mejor, quizá el italiano y el español tienen unos fonemas más parecidos.
Claro.
Pero es el escrito y la conversación, sí, también es distinta y también te permite que cuanto mejor pronuncias, mejor vas a comprender.
Y luego también tenemos suerte, I think we're lucky, porque como trabajamos yo al menos mayormente con españoles, tienen sus errores, que son diferentes que los alemanes, que son diferentes que los del chino que está aprendiendo inglés. O sea, digo a la hora de pronunciación. Entonces, si podemos saber cuáles son el Spain, el it is,
es clave.
Pues atacamos ahí, en donde el español se equivoca, no donde el chino, el alemán se equivoca.
Ese tema que has sacado, eso es clave, el focalizarte en enseñar inglés a una determinada colectivo, porque siempre cometemos los mismos errores. De hecho, nosotros hemos desarrollado un sistema que llamamos letras clave y semiclave, porque está basado en eso. Las letras clave que son la R, la L, la I como E, que te he comentado antes, la GJ y la SH. GJ de Jean July Jacket o la SH de She, ¿no? Esas son las 5 y que pensamos que simplemente cambiando esas 5 letras que son tan frecuentes y tan radicalmente distintas a nuestro idioma es lo que te hace sonar bien y comprender muchísimo mejor. Y luego otras cuantas, 10 más semiclave que no son tan frecuentes, pero que también van por ahí. Y entonces eso está basado en, sirve para los hispanos, porque siempre decimos eso, ¿no? Decimos I like it y put it
Claro.
on.
Pero lo mismo si escuchas los americanos hablando español.
Claro.
Dicen, esto es, y
Claro.
no es
Yes.
ace. Donde, no es donde, es donde.
Sí.
Pero
Hey.
ellos dicen la E como E. Pero si
Pero,
yo
yes.
lo puedo decir, digo, hacen E en vez de
Hey, es más, escuchando un americano hablando mal español te da pistas de cómo pronunciar bien inglés. O sea que, donde, ¿no? La D que la hacen distinta o la R y así.
¿Y qué opinas, Fran? What do you think about ahora que en el idioma corporativo, vamos a decir, se usa más inglés que mi mujer que trabaja en una multinacional dice, tengo una meeting, después una call con mi manager y luego un briefing. Digo, a ver, ¿me has dicho una frase en inglés o en español?
Sí,
¿Qué
sí,
opinas
no.
de todo esto?
Bueno, pienso que es una cosa natural de la globalización
Sí,
y
claro.
igual que en inglés tienes cosas que se dicen en español, es básicamente globalización y muestra de la fuerza que tienen los dos idiomas, ¿no?
Sí,
La fuerza que
correcto.
tiene el español con sus 600 millones de hispanohablantes. No olvidemos que en Estados Unidos hay más de 50 millones de personas que hablan español, más que en España. Entonces,
Sí.
y la otra fuerza que es la del inglés. Entonces, es normal que al ver tanta película, tanto YouTube y tanto input, ¿no? del inglés que nos lleva, adaptemos cosas y también ellos. También en inglés tienes, por ejemplo, bueno, no sé, palabras incluso cojones, ¿no? Que se dice en inglés. He has a lot of
Sí.
cojones. O,
Fiesta, cerveza.
exacto. O amigo, o no sé. Entonces,
Fiesta, fiesta.
claro, fiesta. Son dos idiomas tan
Sí,
potentes que es normal bueno, que se solapen en algunas cosas.
claro.
O sea
Bueno,
que,
Spanglish, tú lo has dicho. El inglés es... El Spanglish, ahí yo no estoy defendiendo, pero es el idioma. Es
sí, 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 sí,
el
sí, sí.
híbrido, ¿no?
Sí, 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 es curioso. Ya, yo cuando trabajaba en Estados Unidos, los niños, de hecho, mezclaban totalmente y yo me di cuenta que cogían la palabra más corta en el idioma que le
Ahí.
correspondía, ¿no? O
Pero
sea,
yo lo hago. A veces
sí.
digo, where is the mando? We have to
Ah,
quedar with that. So, porque hay una palabra o forma de expresarlo que me parece más corto, como dices.
sí. Yo creo
Ya,
que es
ya.
la lógica. La palabra más corta es la que van eligiendo, ¿no? Y es
¿Y has
algo, pues,
tenido, Fran, alguna vez que estás pensando en inglés tanto que has hablado como yo he tomado algo con un alumno y el alumno diga, oh, thank you very much al camarero, digo, oh, wow.
sí, 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 no, eso, bueno, casos de este tipo sí que tenemos muchos, porque al final siempre hay un porcentaje de, de gente o de tus alumnos o de tus seguidores que como que se obsesionan con el inglés y bueno, sí, la verdad es que tenemos muchos casos de gente que prácticamente, pues, o a lo mejor ha perdido el acento, que se nota prácticamente que te mandan testimonios que están hablando y pensando en inglés, o
Oh,
sea que,
eso es lo mejor. Ya, ya.
claro,
O mira, al final he conocido amigos la última vez que fui a Estados Unidos, o me he conseguido ese trabajo y eso es yo siempre digo, ok,
sí.
nuestro salario, lo que sea, porque hay que, pero luego el fuel, ¿no?
Ah, digo,
Es eso, Alberto, I'm comfortable, I feel comfortable speaking English, I'm not lost.
yeah, no, that's a really good sign. And, sí, todos esos testimonios. Nosotros tenemos a un alumno el año pasado que consiguió ser controlador aéreo. O sea, de
Oh, wow.
22, sí, 22 o 20, era un tío muy brillante, ¿no? Pero dejó algo como ingeniería aeroespacial y se puso a estudiar inglés y sacó controlador aéreo con un chico súper joven o otra chica también que consiguió trabajo en Estados Unidos. Sí, tenemos muchos casos pues eso, gente, pero al final son ellos y su motivación. No, sí que es verdad que nosotros les podemos facilitar, pero sin esa dedicación y entusiasmo que le ponen, pues no, es difícil que se logre,
Pero,
pero...
Fran, ¿se consigue algo en esta vida sin esfuerzo y tiempo y ganas?
No hay nada. La cuestión es que
Nada,
te
ni
guste, ¿no?
idioma ni nada realmente.
No, absolutamente, absolutamente.
Ya que sabemos que tenemos que poner esfuerzo y tiempo, ¿por qué no vamos a pasar bien de paso, no?
Exacto, es la cuestión de que te guste para poderlo hacer a largo plazo y estar siempre alerta para ver la manera en la que tienes que mejorar. Y lo que decimos, siempre anotarte todo. Ya te digo, yo tengo todo ahí anotado y siempre, de hecho, en el curso, en nuestro curso de YouTube TV Plus tenemos una masterclass semanal y ahí yo lo que hago siempre es las expresiones que yo he aprendido cada semana las muestro a los alumnos para que vean que es un constante aprendizaje
Sí,
y
sí, claro.
nunca
Yo
acabas.
en mi programa de radio muchas veces les digo, esto viene directamente de Succession.
Sí, sí, sí.
Esto viene de esta serie, lo he
Sí, sí,
apuntado y
total.
aquí viene al programa.
Yo lo comento, sí, 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 exactamente de las películas. Más recuerdo siempre todo de cuando me lo apuntado. Digo, mira, esta película yo os la recomiendo, o este libro, yo os lo recomiendo. Sí,
Y
sí.
sabes algo, cuando dijiste antes, before you said, que te acuerdas dónde aprendiste algo en su contexto, yo aún en
Sí.
inglés me acuerdo dónde aprendí como la palabra gullible. Gullible, ingenuo, alguien que se cree todo,
Esta
¿no?
también me
Gullible.
acuerdo yo cuando la aprendí, además, porque estaba
¿Dónde?
con un
Dime.
grupo de amigos. Sí, sí, este es crédulo, que casi no sabía ni lo que
Crédulo.
era en español. Sí, gullible. Ostras, sí, sí.
Pues yo lo aprendí en Back to the Future, Regreso al
Ah,
Futuro.
ya.
Yo tenía yo no sé cuántos años y digo a mi madre, what is gullible? Y me lo explicó, and I was like, pues, y ahí se me quedó, McFly es gullible. Y entonces,
Gullible.
esa palabra para mí no es solo una palabra, lo asocio con una acción,
Esa es
una
la
persona.
clave. Esa es la clave. Y a mí me pasa lo mismo, que me acuerdo del 90% de cuando aprendí cada cosa. Y por eso cuando yo hago las clases o hago cosas en Instagram o en redes, intento hacer alguna anécdota precisamente para que se acuerden de la manera. Si tú te
Sí, sí.
acuerdas de cómo lo has aprendido, o sea, o en la manera en la que te lo has aprendido o te lo has apuntado, lo más
Mm,
probable es que se te quede para siempre. Y esa
mm.
reflexión es verdad, a mí me ocurre lo mismo. Me acuerdo
Y
prácticamente.
dices, lo ubicas y dices, ¡pam! Aquí lo. Uno que me
Entonces,
acuerdo siempre que un niño no sabe, ¿no? Y íbamos a la gasolinera, we would go to the gas station, y my mother would roll down the window, vamos con los phrasal verbs, she would roll down the window, y decía al tío siempre, y yo tenía 3 años, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up.
fill it
Y
up,
claro, en algún
se te
momento yo
quedó,
asocié fill it up con rellena el depósito.
claro. Y con perfecta pronunciación, fill it up, fill it up.
Fill it up, fill it up.
Claro,
Porque claro, a primera vez digo, yo no sé lo que le ha dicho, un
claro,
niño no, otra vez. Entonces ya empiezas a asociarlo con una acción, con
claro.
una situación.
Sí, 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 es así, es así. Asociarlo con el momento en que lo aprendes, eso es fundamental. Sí,
Con mi
sí.
hija ahora mismo, pick it up es el juguete, pero
Ujú,
cuando es un teenager a lo mejor es el teléfono, el pick it
ujú.
up.
Exacto, sí, sí, sí. Sí. Es asociarlo y especialmente con cosas tan abstractas como pueden ser los phrases.
Oh, yeah. Ups, se ha cortado el audio, no te oigo, no sé por qué.
Una
Oh,
llamada. Sí,
ahí.
no, que decía que con cosas tan idiomáticas como son los phrasal verbs, tienes que seguro asociarlo a
De
contextos.
alguna manera, sí, sí.
Entre la pronunciación, pick it up, a pick it up, que es radicalmente distinta, y luego a qué significa, porque sí que, claro, look up, ¿no? Sí que puede ser literal mirar arriba, pero lo normal es que signifique consultar. Look it up on the
Y
internet.
look up to someone es
Look up to
admirar,
them.
o sea, en su... Pero ¿qué
Exacto.
pasa? También mis alumnos me dicen, pero Alberto, ¿cómo voy a saber qué significa si tiene 4 significados? Digo, presta atención al contexto.
Sí, 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 sí. Es así, es así, es así. El contexto es básico y es que si no es
Pero
eso.
es clave para, como dijiste, me encantó eso que dijiste, es clave para situarlo y, ok, ya tengo esta situación para describir este adjetivo, este verbo.
Ujú.
Y entonces es algo real, en vez de palabras escritas en tu libro de apuntes, donde empieza,
Exacto.
pero luego se hace real, ¿no?
El hecho de apuntarlo tiene que venir siempre de algo que hayas visto o lo que sea y asociarlo a lo que sea, un diálogo, una película o alguien que lo has visto, tú lo has apuntado y yo creo que eso es lo que hace bueno, que se te quede y que ya lo a siguiente vez ya no pase debajo del radar, sino que ya lo empiezas a entender y luego ya a lo mejor lo vas a poder usar, pero sobre todo
Quiero,
comprenderlo.
quiero soltar un secreto aquí contigo en directo
Sí,
que algo, un secreto. Los phrasal verbs no existen. Ok, te explico,
sí, sí, sí,
porque
sí, sí.
mi madre me preguntó, my mother said, Alberto, voy a imitarla, Alberto, what's one of the most difficult things about teaching English? And I said, now my mother has 3 degrees, 3 títulos. No es,
Sí,
and I
sí, no es
said,
cualquier cosa.
I said, well, phrasal verbs. Y la tía súper lista, bien hablada, dice, what is a phrasal verb?
¿Qué es eso? Sí, es un invento español. Sí, 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 sí. Sí.
Es otro, un niño no sabe que pick it up y procrastinate son 3 palabras o una palabra. Son
No, lo
3 sílabas.
asimilan como una sola. Exacto, exacto. Sí, sí, sí. Por eso es tan
Phrasal verbs
importante.
no existen, no existen.
No, no, no,
Son
es un
verbos.
invento, es el parálisis por análisis que tenemos con el tema de analizar toda la gramática como si fuéramos expertos. Pero en realidad es eso.
Yo flipé, tío. Yo digo, ¿qué? Dice,
Sí,
what's a
sí.
phrasal verb? Digo, lo que me
Sí,
dedico todo el día a enseñar.
sí, 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 son tecnicismos que al final se han impuesto por el sistema que tenemos, es así. Pero al final es eso, es hacerlo simple y,
Simplificar, right.
just, fake it until you make it, lo que decíamos, replicarlo lo más posible porque así es como hablar el mismo idioma, es así.
Right,
Sí,
absolutely.
señor.
Pues, Fran, it's been a pleasure. I mean, I knew I was going to enjoy this conversation because, I mean, you have such an interesting life. I love people like you and your brother who are proactive, who don't just say, el sistema está roto. Dice, vamos a hacer algo. Let's
Yeah,
change
let's
it.
do something about it, yes.
And you've used your own personal experience, to help other people. And I think that's wonderful how you adapted French to English, and then you adapted classes in person to online classes. So I
Yeah.
applaud you for your
Oh,
hard work, your adaptability. Excellent.
thank you so much, and Alberto, and the same to you. I mean, it's pretty impressive everything you've been doing, and all the relevant people you're teaching. You have to explain me how you do that because
They call me, Fran. They call
man,
me. I don't call anyone.
that it's
Yo no tengo
outstanding.
tiempo.
All the books that you've written, and again, we'll do we'll do another live again soon, and my brother will be there too. And it'd be great to talk about your books and stuff, and 'cause
Yeah,
they'll be relevant for our audience for sure.
sure. And I can tell you too about like my father's experience going to the United States when he was 16, and also teaching my daughter now. I have like a
Oh yeah.
student from square one. I'm learning so much, Fran.
Oh no, absolutely, full time.
No sé quién está
Definitely.
aprendiendo más ahora, mi hija o yo.
No,
Pero...
no, seguro, cuando reflexionas como encima a tiempo completo, como reflexionas el cómo están aprendiendo, esa es la mejor manera de aprender, así es.
Claro, claro.
Muy bien.
Pasándolo bien y muchas gracias porque me lo he pasado muy bien. Seguro que los espectadores también. Y nos vemos pronto. We'll see you
Sí,
soon,
yo quería
guys.
decir que los espectadores que estén viendo de mi audiencia, pues que sigáis a Alberto Alonso,
Thank
que
you.
la verdad es que te sorprende porque pienso que tenías que tener muchísimos más seguidores por el trabajo que estás haciendo, así que seguirle
Gracias.
ahí, machacar ese botón y que se lo
Muchas
merece
gracias.
y vamos, que vais a aprender un montón, porque yo las cosas que veo tuyas aprendo, así que toda nuestra audiencia seguro que también lo hace. Así
Muchísimas
que
gracias. Lo agradezco muchísimo.
gracias a ti y nada, seguimos en contacto.
Ok. Thank you very much. Buen día a todos. Have a great day. Muchas gracias. Ciao.
All right.
Bye
See you
bye,
later.
guys.
Bye bye.
Ciao.